I would just say build a better deck.
Oh, good for you.
Cool story, Hansel.
Get the fuck out!
Ooh, welcome to the CommanderSmiths.
We are the CommanderSmiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowry Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
You're so pink.
Right. That's what I was just seeing too. Give me a second.
There it is. That looks
That's
a little better. Just
Is that better?
It's
a little bit.
It's a little better. It was super pink. You look like you were taking on some of
There we go.
yeah, you know who's tanning schedule. So this is episode 411. What do we got going on for this episode today, Lau? It's another one of
Basically,
your ideas here, I think. Here, we got
Yeah,
two
it
of
doesn't
them in a
happen
row.
often.
That is untrue.
So we're basically going to be taking cards that are kind of almost like too good, and we're trying to make them nicer, maybe not more playable, but like just like it's the way of not going over the top of something, but still have it be really powerful. And just kind of talking about how to use them. And by no means do you have to listen to us, but you are listening to us. So it's your fault. Give them a try. Give these ideas a try if you so wish. But they kind of depower things a little bit.
It makes it so it's less broken and less you being hated at the table, and
Right.
just probably more how we would play them, I guess.
Right.
In a way.
So here, I'll give a little story. I went and hung out with Alex this Friday night.
Thanks for the
and
invite.
I decided to play
good
my
for
Kilo
you.
deck, which is like proliferate whenever he taps.
Mhm.
And I did, and it's a planeswalker deck, and I was like, I can't really outright win. I can ultimate a bunch of times and then have to say go, da da da. And it's just a different game. It really, like, I went infinite on proliferation. Didn't even, he got me drunk at that time, and I was just kind of going, fuck, da 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 da. It shouldn't be that bad. And he's like, why are you even doing this? And I was like, I don't know. I just want to see what it's like. And then I went off, and it's just a very different game. And I'm really happy with the way that we do it.
Mm.
Like it basically, the way that we play, people always have a shot. Everybody always has your shot to win.
Right.
And I think I really like that aspect. But I think you can only do it if you like don't need to win.
Right. You have to have
what I
that
mean?
mentality.
If you have the mindset of like every deck has to win and I have to win every game and I'm upset if I don't win X amount of games, or how, like, that kind of mindset.
Yeah.
And if you're in that, then I do think the way that we are going to be talking this episode, you're not going to necessarily enjoy it, because you're not putting cards to the fullest extent. You are dialing them back a little bit. And it's kind of like, how we have talked about, like, we really don't play Cyclonic Rift or Ristic Study and those kind of things unless we really, really have to.
Yeah.
This is like the step back. This is we'll play these cards, but we recognize that they're annoying and or really, really powerful. And so instead of not playing them, this is how we would play them.
Yeah.
If that's making sense. Long intro.
No, that works.
Should we do tags real quick?
Let's do tags, because then we're also going to touch on the secret layer that surprisingly
True. Yeah,
dropped
let's
today.
go into that too.
So we'll kind of discuss that, because there was kind of a weird thing that happened with that. What do we got here? Build to curate an experience, not to the end state. Yes. That is Red Squirrel right there. Yep. And that's the thing is like, I think
Very poetic.
that our group and us playing in general, because you and I have been playing together forever. When we got out of the mentality of we got to win every game is when things started being so much more fun playing Commander. Playing, like I love playing Commander, except for those one nights where I can't fucking get a goddamn win. Those frustrating nights where it's like, I don't know why I'm here because I'm not participating in any of these games. Other than those nights, it's been so much more fun playing. It's not try, like, I have to win every single game. Yes, I'm going to try to win every game. I'm not going to give games away. But the thing that we've said many, many times, the best games are when every single person that you're in that group, in that pod, had a chance to win. They at least did their thing, or there was some way that they almost took it. If this would have gone X, Y, and Z, or somebody didn't remove this, boom, they would have won. When everybody has that opportunity, that's when I think is a successful Commander game. If you have somebody that just goes off, it's not fun. That person gets to go off and all that stuff. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about with the broken cards. Is there's a lot of broken cards where you can just use them in broken situations. And yeah, okay. So let's get the tags, and then we'll talk about the secret layer really quick. So there's a couple ways you guys can support us. The free way to do it is what you're doing right now. If you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe to our channel. Give this a like if you're watching this right now. That helps us out more than you know. Give that thumbs up, because we do get some. We don't have our serial thumbs downer anymore. We used to always have like 2 thumbs down every single episode. I think that person finally gave up and was like, all right.
They gave up. Yeah.
we did get a thumbs down last week, but that's because we got into topics of real world situations instead of Magic. But other than that, we've been, the thumbs up really help us out. So that is the best way. And the free way to help us out is subscribe to our channel on YouTube. If you're listening, just jump over to YouTube, subscribe, and then get out of there. The other way you guys can support us is you can become a patron. $1 gets you in the Discord. $5 gets you proxies each month if you so choose. I'm not going to reach for the proxies right now, but I did finish up 4 proxies last night, and they're all dealing with the deck that I'm building. We're both have a -1/-1 counter deck from that -1/-1 Commander deck. You have the Tree Folk that are you done with it? That guy?
I don't have a Tree Folk.
Isn't he a Tree Folk? Or he's the Reaper King
Scarecrow?
dude?
The Reaper?
Scarecrow. Sorry. Yeah, why did I say Tree Folk? Scarecrow. Yes. I don't know.
I am doing Dora and the Tree Folk guy too.
Are you? Oh yeah, you are doing that.
And Abigail, the flying bird.
Oh, good for you.
Hey, Paul. Oh, dang it. I said, hey, like I was excited. You know what?
Get the fuck out.
I don't have Tad here, and I need RoboCop to jump in because Tad is sick, so he's not going to jump on. He might. I think
get better, but
I think he caught the stomach bug that's been going around. So yeah, he won't be on. What the fuck was I saying? Supporting us, $1 gets in. Oh yeah, so we both have the -1/-1 counter decks. I literally, before we got on, finally got it cut down to 100, so I'm ready to go. Probably do my spotlight deck this week. You're also probably going to do your spotlight deck this week.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll probably do a building at some point.
So yeah, we'll have the spotlight deck, so you guys can check that out and see all those. There's an Urza's. There's my RoboCop.
Get the fuck out.
Just for you there, buddy. So yeah, we both have different styles of the -1/-1 counter decks. And that's why I was saying that. The proxies I made are related to that. Sorry, Larry, I did not get Nuka-Cola on there yet. It is on my list to do, but I did get some of the other ones. Thanks, buddy. But yeah, so that proxies, you guys will be seeing that. Discord gets it way beforehand. You guys already saw the digital copies of those. I'll be posting the foil ones here shortly. The other way you guys can support us is we do have these mugs, Yeti mugs that you can buy on my eBay site. They're the red ones like Lowry's, and that is linked below. We also have metal tokens and stuff on there. If you need to get a hold of us, the best way is to get on the Discord. If you don't want to pay the $1 a month to get on the Discord, you can message us on YouTube, or you can shoot us an email at CommanderSmiths@gmail.com. Okay, let's jump over real quick to the surprise secret lair that popped off today. So I want to thank Lowry for letting me know about this one, because I went on the secret lair site this morning and didn't see anything, but Chaos Vault does things so differently. They don't give you a warning, really. They do send out the emails. Is that how you kind of found out about it?
That's how I found out, was the email.
Yeah.
So thank you, Wizards, for sending out an email.
Right. I was working out, and then you just sent a picture, and I was like, what the fuck? And I saw it was like 11:11, so I knew it was already 10 minutes into it. But so they had this Chaos Vault here. Now, yeah, we've had Chaos Vaults, and they do really well because they are very sporadic and pricing is very weird. Like the last one was like the $1 for 5 lands that sold out like immediately. This one was 4 decent cards.
It was different
4 decent cards in foil and non-foil. So we got Nature's Lore, we got Wood Elves, Sky Shroud, Claim, and Dryad Arbor. All pretty sweet art. I actually really dig the art in this. But here's the weird part that they did. They had a set number of non-foils for $10, a set number of foils for $20, and then it went up from there. $20 for non-foils, $30 for foils, $30 for non-foils. So the same cards, but for different price points. And you could only get one of each of these to put in your card. It went all the way up to, what was it, $50 for foil and $40 for non-foil. Now,
are they all sold out right now?
Yeah, they're all sold out. The funny thing is even in the description it says there isn't anything special for the different tiers. They're all the same cards. We're just kind of doing this weird testing or whatever. But the foils, the $50 ones, sold out, I think, like second. I think the $9.99 non-foil sold out first. And then the $50 ones sold out second, because I think people just were like, oh, there's got to be something special in the really expensive ones. Nope, they're going to be getting the same thing. So,
yeah, it's just a scaling of when things sell out.
Yeah.
Move on to the next threshold, essentially.
I was in line when it was $10 and $20 for foil, non-foil. By the time Tad made it. He made it.
Go back to bed.
Get the
Wait, wrong one.
There we go.
Go to bed, though. Feel better. By the time I got through the line, those 2 were sold out. So I went up to the next tier and did the $20 and $30. I did get these. I did buy some more because you can only buy one. So I did buy a little extra, and I've already sold a bunch of these. Oh, good for me. Not a bunch, just whatever the extras that I got. So the funny thing about it, though, is why do you think they did that? Do you think they made it so you could fill out your cart and have the free shipping over 100? Because that one thing does kind of screw with you a little bit. Because they did that with that land one for $1 or whatever it was. But then when you went to check out, it was $15 for shipping. So it was like, well, you're really buying it for $15 unless you get more in your cart. So do you think that they did this to have people fill out their carts? Or do you think they're just testing things to see where things... It just seems so weird that they did it this way, because it does feel bad that I bought it for 20 and 30 knowing that I could have got it for 10 and 20, you know? And I get it, why people didn't...
I mean, I'm sure it was very small stock for the 10 and 20. I do think they're just testing out to see if their price targets are accurate, and just going like, can we sell this at 50?
Because this isn't a bad drop. I know the cards are really cheap. None of these are really that expensive, but these in special printings are more expensive. Like Nature's Lore, they did do a secret layer drop. Actually, I forgot that they did the Black Panther one. And so those are a little bit cheaper, but they're $10. But the Nature's Lore that has a nice sweet owl on it, those are $35 a piece, and they only were a non-foil. Wood Elves, we haven't gotten a secret layer yet, so this is the first time we've gotten the secret layer for Wood Elves. I don't use the Sky Shroud Flame very often.
Same.
Or much at all. And then Dryad Arbor I have been using a lot more as of late. And this is a really sweet...
Force Walk.
Get the fuck out.
It has Forest Walk. That's all I was saying.
I know. But this is
Oh
really.
wait, maybe it doesn't. This is the land one?
Yeah, it's the land one. The forest. It is forest. It doesn't have
Why
forest
was I
one.
thinking? I just assumed that they were going to pick a shitty card there.
Yeah. So this one is the best.
Just a forest. Hashtag Team Forest.
There. I'll let that one slide.
All right.
So
Acceptable.
I will say they did get me to buy more of the other secret layers to fill out my cart to get over 100. So that was a success for them, if that's kind of what the plan was. I didn't buy any extra of the Fallout New Vegas, but now I did, because I was like, okay, well, I guess since I need to hit 100,
this one.
yeah, I'm gonna fill this one out. I already have enough extras of the others, so let's fill this out. So I don't know if that's the purpose, but
I do think that's a little bit of the purpose of what Chaos Vaults are for, is just to kind of like get you in if you didn't quite want to get in, but you're like, oh, I like this. Or just like, oh, hey, there are more cards there. I could get more if I wanted. Like, I do think that is at least part of the reason that Chaos Vault exists.
Yeah, I agree. And Sleepy Elephant, I like your name there, by the way. Sleeping Elephant says he likes he was going for the free shipping, but he likes the art. Now he's actually having a chance to look at this. These arts are pretty sweet. Like this Nature's Lore.
I like the Nature's Lore for sure.
Yeah, I think that one might surpass the Owl one, although the Owl one's pretty sweet in itself. So
I like the Owl one.
Yeah, but you didn't have it in foil, so now you can get it in foil here. You didn't pick any up though. You were in line, right? And then once
I didn't see it for 20. I saw it for like the 30, and I was like, it's because the only one I'd play is Nature's Lore. Honestly,
you don't play Wood Elves at all?
No, like I would, but I don't feel like I do. It's been a long time.
I played 3 out of the 4.
And I thought the Dryad Arbor was the
Forest Walk.
Yeah, that little 1/1 Forest Walk from Revised. Yeah. I don't know why, just kind of mixed up in my head. So I don't. It might have still got me there, but
yeah.
Too late now.
Yeah. So I don't know. This was an interesting thing. I know people got upset about it because of the pricing, but as a drop by itself, it actually isn't that bad of a drop. Like 4 cards. Yes, none of these are really expensive cards, but they have special versions of cards that over 100,000 on every single one of these. What did I write? So Nature's Lore is 1.14 million. Sky Shroud's 295K, Wood Elves 172, and Dryad Arbor 139. So these are just really highly used cards. We don't have a lot of special printings of them, so I think it's still a good drop. It just felt bad. Like even when I got mine at the 20 and 30, I'm like, oh man, I could have got it for 10 and 20. This sucks. But actually, that's really good. That's better than our normal secret layer drops. Granted, we don't have one big. Normally they have a money card in there that even at its lowest level, it's $20 or something like that. We didn't have that here, but these are really sweet, cool art. So I don't know. What did you think overall? It's Chaos Vault. Like it's you don't get warning.
Just the one-off does make it tough, especially if you didn't want anything from Fallout.
Yeah.
So it was fine. I thought it was a good one.
Yeah.
But my limit was probably 30. But then I was just like, I just spent, the money last week too. So Fallout. I do think right next to each other, it hurts for people like me. I'm just like, I'm not willing to spend another 100.
Yeah.
That's where that comes in too. Like, if you're listening, Wizards, like I just dropped $150 last week. I don't really want to spend $100 on things that I already have.
Yeah.
And I like the new one, but it's just the one. So I don't know how you fix that, but if it's successful, then it is. I don't really like the pricing system because I know, when they start out at 10 and because I know they're only giving like 100 away at 10,
right? Yeah,
100 away at 20, and then thousands away at that 40 mark. Like it is still going to be lumped up at the higher end so that they make their money. And so it's still a race. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do. other than sell some stuff that isn't selling, like from the Fallout. But
yeah, I'm also
whatever their goal is.
Surprised the Fallout is still up. Like that part. I'm like, what? Those were really good drops, and they're still up. So I don't know. But okay, so let's get away from Secret Lair here. Just a key note for people if you're interested in Secret Lair and following it. On Mondays, just kind of check the site out. That's when they're going to drop. I don't know when we knew this one was going to pop, because I bet we got that email once it was live. So I don't. Yeah. Like I said, I checked right before I did my workout. Yeah, and the vault, Chaos Vault, is so random, and I just never know to go look at it. So just check your emails. Make sure you sign up for that. All right. Let's get to the main topic here, Lara. Do you want to kind of bring us into this one again? What we're going to be doing here?
All right. So again, taking very powerful cards and making them take a step back so that they are not just like super overpowering during a game. And so this, like the example of Rhystic Study, I don't know if there's a way to really take a step back with
I don't know. I was like,
right.
Maybe
and so it really
is
just limit it to decks that you need to have it in.
Right. That was the only way I was thinking, is like, you don't have enough draw in the deck. Like maybe you only have 5 pieces of draw and your commander isn't drawing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how you make that one fair, because you're not drawing anyways.
You do pretty well if you draw it, and your deck is crap if you don't.
You just this button just makes more sense right there.
I would just say build a better deck.
You just got to build a better deck in that case. But we haven't been using Rhystic as much as of late, and like I said, I don't even know the last time I put it in a deck. Yes, I do have it in decks, but those are decks that were made probably over 2 years ago at this point. I just don't put it in there unless it's really focused on drawing. I guess that would be my thought with Rhystic, to make it more fair, is because you wouldn't want to
put it in decks you really need to draw a bunch of cards in.
Yeah, but then that makes it really broken.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
it's just, yes, it's going to be very good in the deck. You don't need it. You're going to have a lot of cards that'll help you draw cards.
You don't need it in that deck. So I don't know. I don't know how you make. That's why I skipped. I didn't even put that one. What I did talk. Should I talk about my first one that's on the list though? Because it kind of was the.
Was there anything else that I wanted to say? Yeah, no, I think Rhystic Study was kind of the example of. Whatever. Yeah, we could start.
Another one I would say with that is like, how do you even make Cyclonic Rift fair? Like there isn't a fair.
That's another one on my list of cards that are just, you take it. There isn't really a good way to do it, and so you just reduce the amount that you're playing it.
Yeah. But one of the big new baddies that everybody hates is VV. So that I'll bring that one up, and yes, people are probably going to disagree with.
That's not right. That's not right.
What's not right?
That's the arena version.
I know. I'm trying to get to the other one. Okay. We'll just use that one. Because that's right. Yeah. Okay. So what I would say with this actually kind of stirred the topic up was VV in general is
kind of the comments by number 2 as well.
It was in
number 2 is like, I would not put this into the 99.
Yeah. So this is in my 99. But it's for my Anthem deck. So I would not put this in a Spellslinger deck because, I mean, I wouldn't. It's very good in a Spellslinger
deck. It's a very good card.
Very good in a Spellslinger deck. But in an Anthem deck, I'm not able to abuse it as much. It's still going to work very well, but it's not going to spell sling and I'm going to kill everybody because I'm just continuously casting non-creature spell, tap 1. Brainstorm, tap 1, ponder, blah, 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 just kill everybody with that. This is in my Elsha deck for Anthems, and that is the main part of that whole deck. Like I might have a couple of the spell slingers, but that's not what that deck does. It's all about casting Anthems. So that in something that's slower, but you have enough non-creature spells in them to make it so that you still need it to give you mana. You need it to get a counter on it. So you don't want to go into, oh, it's just going to be an only creature deck, because then it's not going to do anything. It doesn't make sense there. But yes, something that isn't like you're just going to constantly be casting tons and tons of non-creature spell slinging spells. So that was my example for VV.
And I think, like you're saying, having the anthems, like they're, generally at that 3 mana spot, something that, like, I think maybe it could be all right in an equipment deck where you're only casting 1 or 2 per turn. Maybe some Super Friends decks, because like
that's a good one there too. Yeah,
they're higher CMC. So if you're looking at some sort of ramp options in that, maybe that's where VV is better and less oppressive. But yeah, VV's disgusting. And then, I don't know how you. And then Alex, you probably, if you're doing like a. I saw.
No, I was gonna say.
Are you okay with that?
And then Alex, I talked to everybody in the Bahamas, and they say Adam sucks.
You can't argue with the Bahamas. Everybody likes it.
If I would have known that he was watching us from the Bahamas, I would have said his name wrong. He was the reason why we said his Vivi right, because remember it was like Vivi, and he's like, no, it's like VV. Oh, I know it. VV. It's for you, Alex. I think of you every time I think of VV. VV.
So yeah, that's along the lines of what we're thinking about, and just kind of going like, it's fun to play with good cards and new cards, but also let's not make it shitty for everybody. Yeah. So taking that step back, having probably a bit higher CMC is going to be beneficial.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to add the next one? I don't know what
how am I going to do these notes?
I don't. You
don't do the notes?
Don't do the notes. Don't do the notes on this one.
Okay. I'm going to go with Intruder Alarm.
Ooh.
So this is another one that was kind of like, I use this a lot, but also it's something that can be very, like, this is a combo enabler where creatures don't untap during their controller's untap step, and whenever a creature comes into play, untap all creatures. And so there are plenty of cards that, like, tap a creature, create a token. That token will untap everything, and then you can tap it again and just infinite out. And that is, I would say, don't do that. So it's kind of like, and I'm sure we're going to talk about a few more of these, but basically just combo enablers. So cards that just allow you to combo super easy, like Intruder Alarm. What you want to do is just like really double check that you're not comboing with them, and it can still make for a very interesting game.
So what cards would you want to play with this? So you'd want it more of, you are tapping to do things, but not necessarily tapping to make a creature, because then it makes it untap, and then you tap, and then that's the infinite.
You need something that's going to stop that cycle. And so I did have it. I had in my Saint Traft and Ren deck where it was Convoke, and whenever you tap that, you get a creature, but it stops after the third one. Mm-hmm. And so it kind of allows that Convoke deck to kind of do much better and still be able to untap and have creatures open for convoking other spells. So it was really good in there. I like it in any deck where I'm running like Merfolk Looter type decks where it's like draw, discard a card.
Yeah.
And so like it'll allow you to draw and discard a ton of cards. Maybe you have benefits with discarding. Maybe you have benefits of, Teferi's Insight where you're just drawing a second card. Like benefiting from those kind of things, I think are really good. I have it in my Kilo deck. Just allowing that potential to be able to untap and proliferate a bunch of times. So but making sure that you have an endpoint with combo enablers is important.
Yeah. Basically, with Intruder Alarm, just no creatures that when they tap and they make another creature. That's all.
Then that's the biggest thing.
That's the thing you don't want to have. But anything else, like tapping to give you a treasure or tapping to do whatever, like as long as it's not feeding into itself to continuously.
Yeah. And I do think it gives very fun or different ways of kind of doing combat.
Yeah.
Because you don't get to untap your creature. Nobody gets untapped. So if you attack, and then you're like, well, if I play this creature, then they get to untap and block. So maybe I just attack in and then cast a creature to untap everything.
Because then it's
or,
like giving you vigilance in a way because you're untapping your stuff.
Exactly. So, or you can attack and then play your own creature, untap everything afterwards.
You're a nerd, Ramsey.
So that's just, I do really like Intruder Alarm as a card. You want to make sure that you're not comboing off and just allow it to be a cool card.
Yep. Sweet. Okay. Next, I'll just hit the one that's on our thumbnail. So we'll just do Narset. And that is going to hit a bunch of things, actually. I'll get a couple of things with this one. So really, this one's pretty easy to figure out. Yes, Narset sucks. Narset, Sheoldred, Notion Thief, Nekasar. I'd even throw Orcish Bowmasters kind of in this little bucket here, maybe.
Yeah.
But really just remove the wheels. Like that's how you make this card fairish.
Fairish?
Yeah.
I mean, I would still be a little worried about it because people run enough wheels in other decks.
Yes.
But
then they're just hurting themselves. If you're the one playing
but they're
this.
terrible. People are just terrible. I've seen enough videos in the last 2 weeks of like apocalypse, destroy all lands, hands, and everything, and then they're like, Teferi's protection, I'm out of here.
What?
And then
I don't
like,
know about that combo.
The Teferi's protection. And it's just like, fuck.
But yeah, I mean, if you don't have any wheels, I don't think that this is that bad. It stops people from, if your play group is drawing it. Like if you're playing Lowry and I, this hurts us because that's what our deck wants to do is we want to draw lots of cards. That's how we get away from not tutoring and stuff. So cards like this can be beneficial against our kind of decks. But if you're using this and then using it with a wheel with it, it's a Cyclonic Rift, give you the win right there. You discard everybody's hand, they get one, you get all your cards, whatever.
They basically can never catch up.
Yeah.
Like it's a brutal card. There's a reason why Leovold is banned. And I do think I would put Sheoldred in that crew for sure. That shows up in the 99 and a common thread of like Sheoldred coming down is absolutely a game changer. Mm-hmm. And if you're wheeling off that, that's brutal. Yeah. It's brutal.
And I'm still surprised that Sheoldred is not on the game changer list, but I think that'll be changing probably soonish.
I can see that as well.
Yeah. So
how about this? I think this is a little aggressive maybe, but I think Sheoldred is worse than the One Ring, in my opinion.
And we'll talk about the One Ring here in a little bit, but yeah, I can see that.
Sure.
Yeah, because we'll get to the One Ring in a little bit. Yeah. Sheoldred, and it's only 4-drop. Like it's just kind of silly. But yeah, I think all those kind of fit in there. Really, what solves that is no wheels, no everybody discard draw cards type effects, because it gets douchebaggery. Right. So,
and honestly, like when you said Nekusar, and really, there is a big difference between just like shitty cards to play against and something that's really good and maybe shows up too often. And so like Nekusar is a powerful deck, but it's basically only wheels. And so like nowadays I'm like, if I'm going to see Nekusar, I hope that it's different than just wheels.
Because that's how it
and
wins.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm probably the only person that plays Orcish Bowmasters in our group at this point.
Tad I think has Orcish, but I haven't, it's not in a single deck for me.
Yeah. I have it in one.
Yeah. Which I don't even think that one's that bad,
Yeah,
like
I don't have a terrible problem with it. It feels like a better hate card than Narset.
Mm-hmm. Because at least you're using it kind of as removal and getting, because it's doing 1 damage to any target. Is that right?
Any target, and then
you get the mass 1 with the orcs. Yeah. I don't find that. I would much rather see that than a Narset, because the Narset's gonna just give the win to the person if you wheel. So
right. We're on the same page.
Yep.
Same
okay.
Page.
What do you got next? What are we gonna go to?
I'm gonna say Urza, Lord High Artificer.
I was wondering.
Now this card is hated by a lot of people, and justly. I like when you play it. But basically this, like, as a commander has been brutal because it's a stacks piece, and so it stops people from untapping, and then you tap it, and then you can not have those stacks pieces affect you. Along with if you have any sort of infinite mana, that allows you to basically play your deck.
RoboCop saying
Bowmaster shouldn't be a game changer. I have a feeling Bowmaster is in that because of CEDH, maybe.
Well, that's coming from RoboCop, and he's saying that it shouldn't be a
game
changer.
I don't think it should be. But Urza, basically those two complaints, you can easily not do that. Stacks sucks to play against in a big regard, so probably avoid those pieces too. But basically, you don't want infinite mana with this, and you don't want, just use it as one of the best ramp pieces blue has.
Yeah.
Just kind of use it as that. You don't even have to have it in a heavy artifact theme deck, just something that has, I have a bunch of equipment in this. Maybe Urza works there.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's kind of how I use it, is just, I think of it as, do I have a semi artifact theme? It gives me a little bit of card advantage. I really like the token that it creates. Like, it's a very, very good card.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like it right next to a Seedborn Muse, where I can just like dump mana into the 5 spot and kind of cast stuff for free too, if I can. Like, you can still be very powerful, but you just avoid the things that make it really shitty.
Yeah, RoboCop saying he's talking about Bowmaster. It's very good in CDH, but not game changer territory. Agreed. Yeah. That's what you're kind of getting at there too. I felt like that's about right. Yep, I agree. You've always said that with Urza, you like this one as one of the best ramp cards for blue, and I agree. I haven't used it as much as I should, because it is.
You like the land better.
Yes, I do. It is so good. Get the fuck out.
You like tutors. That's okay.
Oh, get out. Okay. Well, since we just talked about it, let's hit up the One Ring really quick. This will be a good little discussion here. Really, the only problem I see with the One Ring is if... Oops. Can I get away from that one? I hate when it does the online one. Is really if you don't have any untaps, which I do have that in my Spider-Man one, but that deck is so lacking because I'm colorless, so I need as much help there. But for the most part, in my other decks that I have the One Ring, I don't have any untapped artifact effects, and I don't have any blinking. Like, I think blinking can really help this one because it gives you that protection from everything until your end.
No, you have to cast.
It is a cast, is it?
It is a cast. So the blinking isn't nearly as bad.
If you cast.
It resets the counter.
It resets the counter so you don't have to take the damage. But really what it is the untapping is more of what I think the problem is, because then you're able to draw more than, you draw that 1, then draw 2, 3 before you even take your first damage, and it can get kind of out of hand. So for me, that's the only thing with the One Ring. And now I know RoboCop, since he's on here, he's had a problem with the One Ring for a while because CDH, I'm guessing, and he's seen it a lot in what his play groups are doing. And I
think that's the biggest problem, is being colorless. It can just be in every deck. Yeah. And so you're just going to see it all the time. I'm still personally not sick of it.
Right.
I still really, I play it a lot. I don't feel bad.
I don't see it taking over, and it probably is, but we just don't realize it as much,
Right. And I think it takes some time. To whereas, like, when Ristic Study comes down, it's just like, it just changes things.
Yeah.
When the One Ring comes down, it's a changer for like that turn where you're like, shit, I can't go after him for a turn. But then after that, you can kind of just go after the person. I do agree that probably don't untap it a whole ton. Maybe once a turn is okay. I don't know. I'm trying to find, what do you think? Do you think untapping it at all is okay?
I mean, it's okay, but that's how you abuse it. The only deck.
Right.
I play this a lot, and the only deck that I have the untap is the Spider-Man one, because it's a colorless deck. Yeah. And that's what that deck is.
And it's untapping. You want to untap other things anyway in that deck.
So that deck is untapping to, tap Spider-Man to do more 1/1 counters. I'm like, well, then I can do that with the One Ring. It wasn't built around the One Ring doing that. But if you're purposely having all these untap effects, Seaboard Muse will help there.
Right.
But
right.
you know, for the most part, I don't get the untap. It's just it's beneficial by itself. You don't need to have the untap to get all to make it good. You're getting that draw off that first turn. You have protection. Your next turn, you're drawing two. Like it's good. It's a good card.
Yeah. Do you think if it would have been balanced a lot better if every time you added a counter, you took damage for each counter that was happening? So instead of an upkeep trigger, have it be a tap trigger
on the tap
attached to the drawing.
Do you think that I wouldn't say it's a bad card, but do you think it dramatically shifts this so it's not in so many decks at that point? Then
yes,
I think then you're talking about this being a $20 card instead of a $120 card at that point.
I'm okay with that. That's still a pretty darn good card.
But remember when it got spoiled? Like we were like, this is really good, but we didn't know it was that good. You know, like it was like,
pretty crazy.
This is a really good card. I like this. It's pretty good for the One Ring. It could have made it maybe
It was
a
number
little
one
better
on our list.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Could be a lot higher, I think, than what we thought.
It's killing any credibility we have.
Yeah. All right. What is the next one you want to chat about?
One that I've talked about before, but Cathar's Crusade.
Cathar's. Ooh.
So
this one will be an interesting one.
I've mentioned it. It's just one of those cards that I really just dislike in a gameplay. So it's a white enchantment.
I spelled it wrong.
No, yeah. CATH.
Yep.
AR.
Yeah.
Comma S.
Oh, it is Cathar's.
Yeah. So enchantment, whenever a creature you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. It's very good, especially really good in your +1/+1 counter decks. The problem is that
takes a lot of time.
I don't I don't think this is necessarily a power thing, even though it's very powerful. It's too much time. Don't put it in your fucking token decks.
Why?
Cast every creature that you are creating on your board and just allow one counter on everything. Are you going to do another creature? No, let's move on with the turn. That's where I'm at. It's still very powerful.
So I shouldn't have it in my Black Panther Heir Apparent deck is what you're saying?
No, you should not. You're fine without it. Very much like Gaia's Cradle in that deck, you don't need it.
What?
Yes. So that's
why?
That's where I'm at. Like I want it to be a +1/+1 counter deck as well. I don't want it to be used as an overrun effect. I don't want it I want it in Shalai and Halar. I want it in there's that tapping deck that can put 1/1 counters on everything. Like I want it in something like that. I don't want it in just plain Jane Heir Apparent. I don't want it there.
What? But it works so good in that I need to move the 1/1 counters around so I can gain the life.
At least
draw
Crater
the
of
cards.
Behemoth ends the game. This just elongates the game. It's like a penis pump for your deck. You don't need it. Like it's going to make everything bigger.
But my
but
penis
it's just
is
gonna
not
take
that
way
big,
too long.
so I
It's
really
gonna take
need the
all
pump.
the excitement out of the night.
I need the pump.
I get it. You don't have. Nobody needed to see the motions. We get it. We don't need to put the 1/1 counters on. It's just there's a lot there. Thanks.
But that's how that deck works. I need the counters. I need as many as I can.
All right.
Okay, this one I'm guilty. I apologize. This one I am guilty on. And whenever
Roll the eyes.
Whenever
Fucking-
Cathar's Crusade is put in a deck, I think of you every time, Lowry. Actually, because I know how
Great.
much you hate this card. I'm like.
You should do a Valentine's heart on there and have Lowry written in the middle on this card. That's what I want a proxy of.
Proxy. Lowry's favorite. Hey, it used to be Infect. Infect was your baddie.
Now I'm just a whore for it. Like, because I think that's what my Reaper deck is going to be. It's kind of infecty. And I got Calamax that was Infect.
Cathar's Pump is what RoboCop said.
Cathar's Pump. You're just doing a bong, right?
I did a
Is that what
bop,
that is?
bop,
What
and then I did
how do you know what the motions?
I don't know.
Whatever. What movies are you watching?
Austin Powers.
Oh.
I got a penis pump story really quick. So
Great.
Cindy this was years ago. So this is she's treating a cancer patient, and this guy, wherever his cancer was, he had to drop trowel, right?
Okay.
But he had a penis pump, and so when
he had,
I don't know how it works. I don't know how penis pumps works. I've never seen one. I've never used one, obviously, if I haven't seen.
Good for you.
But what he would do is before he would have to drop trowel, he would pump it up and then be like, "You impressed?" to the nurses. Like he'd just pump it up for him. I don't know how that works. Because I thought it was like it goes on it and then you pump it, right? Like pressure or something. I wish I could. I don't know how it works, but he pump it up for them.
Do you want me to look it up? Are you going to fuck up my algorithm?
I hope you look up a video and then all it is penis pumps for the next week.
I hate your wishes, by the way.
I don't know if it was like the pump or if he had like a button to make it so he got the blood flow. Is that maybe what it is? So he like would press.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So he would get the blood pumped in there, and they weren't treating his penis. They were treating, I think it was colon cancer.
Oh, that's like the exact opposite of a penis.
Right, but you had to drop trowel. And so when he would drop trowel, he'd pump it up for the girls and ask them if they're... Guys are dirty. Even old men are just like, "Hey, lady." Like, what did he think was going to happen? Do you think that the my wife was going to treat and be like, "Well, you know what? That thing is, let me help you with that." Yeah, I think he's seen one too many porn.
Hoping. Yeah.
And then Cindy
a penis pump or vacuum erection device, VED, creates a vacuum inside a plastic cylinder placed over the penis, pulling blood into the shaft to create an erection.
All right.
A tension ring is and is then applied to the base of the penis to maintain an erection by trapping the blood.
I bet you guys weren't expecting to learn about a penis pump on a Magic the Gathering Commander podcast. You're welcome.
I hope my Wi-Fi device is not listening to that. All right. God, I hope, sometimes they send ads, like targeted ads, and that's what I'm worried about at this point.
It heard you at this point, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Ryan just what did I do? Well, my question is
that your brother?
No, it isn't. It's Joel Stewart.
Okay. I just didn't need your brother telling stories the next family get together. Like, why was Lowry reading about penis pumps?
Well, my question is, this guy, he's pumping his penis up. Was he like thinking that there was going to be like stuck porn where my wife was just going to be stuck in the radiation therapy thing, the radiation machine? Oh no, I'm stuck. Please help me out. I don't know. It's just, I don't, guys, old guys are gross, and
they are. That's true.
We're old. And we're gross. All right, back to Magic cards.
All right.
Do you have anything more with Cathar's Crusade?
All right, no, I'm good with penis pumps. Move
on. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'll do one that's a good combo one that I never use for this, and I know people hate it, but Thassa's Oracle. So Thoracle.
Agreed.
I have this in decks, but it's not for the purpose of winning the game. It's more of if I'm playing mono blue and I'm trying to get, card advantage a little bit, or maybe a Merfolk deck. I think this works well. I think this is in my Merfolk deck. Hackball, just because it's another thing. Oh, I'm looking at the top X of my cards. I'm able to set the top. So if you're playing it not to mill out, be able to win the game that way, I think it's a total legit card. Like I have never tried to use it that way. I've never played against, because we don't play CEDH. I haven't seen it used that way either.
Like it's a perfectly fine card if you're not trying to win the game with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
More than fine card.
Right.
Like, it's an okay card.
Yeah. It's not like amaze balls because you aren't getting into your hand. It's putting it on top of the library, right? Yes, on top of the library.
Yeah,
But
it's just scrying.
Right.
Right?
You're looking at the top cards and putting them on the bottom. Yeah, so scry. Yeah, in a way. But you take one of those, put them on top, and then the rest goes on the bottom.
Oh, okay. So it's a little worse, a little better.
Yeah, but it's not a bad merfolk, for a 2-drop merfolk. It's not a bad for just all blue.
You put this in a Brago deck and you just cycle through and get the best card, and then next turn blink it again and do that. Like, yeah,
so
very good card.
But
in that regard.
But if you're trying to abuse and do the winning the game thing, I get it. That's how you win. But that's not how I've used this one. So that's
why people don't like this card.
Yeah,
it's just like it's super common.
Yeah. All right, what are you going for next?
Another one that I've talked about in the past, and we've had discussions about it, but only broken with, demonic consultation. So Torment of Hailfire is my next one.
I like that you put that on there.
This is one of those cards where I think last week I was kind of talking about how I don't really play a lot of like game winners. Like if my deck is working, I just kind of expect it to win in that regard, and it's okay if I don't go over the top. Torment of Hailfire is one of those cards that are just like over the top, and it's a very good card. I don't have any real problems with it, but the number of times in mono deck and they're just different players, and it's Cabal Coffers with Yawgmoth or Urborg into Torment of Hailfire for 30. It doesn't need to be that.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't need to ultra ramp into ba. It's just it's actually quite a good card at 4. X is 4. Pay 6 for this. Everybody, it just scrambles everything. And I'm just saying, like, you don't have to ramp into it. Like, just have it be low key, just kind of demoralize everybody, and still play the game a little bit.
Yeah. I can see.
Treat it like like everybody's sacrificing things.
Right. And that's where I was going to get at is like, I could see this one being more of like that Craterhoof, that Cyclonic Rift type of thing where it's not fitting necessarily with the deck. You're just playing it for a one-sided board wipe in a way.
Yeah.
Game winner. And that's probably where I pushed away maybe a bit from this. It is in my mono. I did play it during Guys Weekend once. I believe that was
I am seeing a lot less of it.
Yeah, we haven't been playing it as much.
So so this is probably just maybe a little bit of an older card as well, but it doesn't have to be a game winner either. Just play it a little bit different. Not that bad.
Yeah, you're just saying to mix it up, not try to max out and right. Kind of balance it out, your mid game. Let's get everybody knocked down a peg or two, but not try to save it for the win. Because is that really what your deck is trying to do? Is your deck really trying to get to Torment of Hailfire with 10x in there to win the game? Like, that's not what you built the deck for. It was not for Torment of Hailfire. You're trying to do a thing with your deck, and Torment is not normally the thing that your deck is built for. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, that's not... And that's kind of the same idea with Craterhoof and Cyclonic.
I did... The way that I realized this was I had the Balrog deck that liked sacrificing, like everybody sacrificing things. And so if everybody sacrificed 3 things then I could play the Balrog super easy. And I was like, oh, this is really good.
Yeah. So I would say
so it's still working within the thing there.
Fits with the theme, like the sacrifice part. If you have a commander that likes the sacrifice, this is perfect in there. But just throwing it in there willy-nilly, probably not the best. You can, but the thing is like, is that what your deck is made to do? Is that what you're wanting to do with your... You want to get to that Torment just to win the game? Because that doesn't feel like your deck did its thing to win the game. It feels like Torment did its thing to win the game. You had enough mana.
I think you made a good comparison of like Craterhoof or
Cyclonic Rift. Yep.
Like,
what's our white card for that? I don't think
white's pretty bad.
No, it's not. White is actually good now. Chroma's Will.
Stormherd? Is that what you want to say?
I think Chroma's Will is kind of up there. Don't you think that's there? But
Chroma's Will is on my list of don't play.
Oh no, I'm gonna have 2 in there. All right.
Because I mean, a Chroma's Will being at 4 is too cheap.
It is
for what it does.
Instant speed there too. All right. Well, I'll do another black card, and this one will be. It's a couple cards here, so we're gonna do Grave Pact and
Agreed.
Dictate of Erebos. So, I think that Grave Pact and Dictate of Erebos are okay cards to use, as long as you're not playing with like free sack outlets and all your whole deck is built around sacking and doing all that stuff. If you're playing it as just, you're almost kind of like a protection. You don't want your stuff to get wiped out because then it's going to wipe everybody else's out. That's totally fine. But Grave Pact in a free sack outlet deck, you just neutered everybody and they can no longer play any cards. So like, my Tesa deck, yes, I do have that in there, but that's an older deck now at this point.
It is an older deck.
I don't know if I would do the same because it's such an easy way to get around that. But there's so many decks that do that, whereas when you have Grave Pact or Dictate, it's because you have all these free sack outlets of tokens, and then it just no one's playing Magic anymore. It just sucks.
It really slows down the game because you're sacrificing your own resources as well, so it's harder to move the game forward while you're controlling the board. I think that's a good idea of just like, I'm going to attack with some 1/1s. If somebody wants to block them, they're going to lose some creatures. And if they want to attack into my stuff, everybody's going to lose some creatures. But really, it's kind of like a little bit of a protection spell.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I agree. It's been,
It's just normally when you see these cards, it is a free sack outlet type of thing. Yeah. Why is nobody having fun?
Specifically asked you to have fun.
Thanks, Brian. All right. Do you want to hit up the Chroma's Will then, since you kind of mentioned it already?
No, that's on my list of don't play. So that's that upper spot. There isn't a spot that I would play it really. That's in the Ristic study.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I gotcha.
Category. The one, and this is very close to the Ristic study. One, but Aura Shards.
I mentioned that last week. That's one that I've been playing more than I was never playing it. Now I'm playing it more as of late.
The enchantment, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may destroy target artifact or enchantment. The card is very, very good. It's why it's almost in the Ristic study category is just like because of those decks that solely rely on artifacts and or enchantments. Like it's something that can completely end a game for someone. I think it could be very over controlling when it comes to like putting it into like a token deck. So I try and avoid putting it in there.
You mean like my Black Panther deck?
Maybe your Black Panther deck is a bracket 4. Maybe that's what's going on. But
not according to my list, it's not.
I think the biggest thing with Aura Shards is just like you got to be really careful with it so that it doesn't take over a game. But like the way that you talked about, like I think it's more applicable for how you talked about Ristic Study. Like if you don't have any draw cards, then you can put this like Ristic Study in there. Like if you just have no artifact enchantment removal and this is it, then I start leaning in like that's why I don't have it in the don't play. It's just like you got one spot open, you're going to be really weak in your removal package, but if you're going to get something, it's going to be really good. And then it's just kind of like that's okay.
So what if you said non-token deck?
Yeah,
like if it was just a normal casting creatures, heavy on the creatures, but not creating tokens and doubling season type of stuff going on. Like,
right?
Does that sound a little better?
I do think it does. Not heir apparent, but like other.
Yeah,
that is a token deck a little bit, isn't it?
It is. This is very much
Yeah, so the one deck that I do have it in is my hashtag Team Forest Walk deck, because it's just like packed with a ton of legends, and there's only a handful of cards that deal with artifact enchantment removal just in general.
Out!
Sorry, I was a little late on that one.
Stop. It's not like, but and so like it's one of like 3 pieces of removal in the deck. And so that's, I'm like, yeah, like if I hit it, it'll be really good.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't, like, I don't have any answers for anything else. And that's kind of how I'm looking at it in that deck.
Yep.
So, but this is one that you definitely want to be careful with.
Got it. I only have a few more on the list that I wanted to. One is easy here. I just had. You can play Exquisite Blood, just don't have the infinite combo. Is all I had for that. Blood. So as long as you don't have Sanguine Bond, like I think Exquisite Blood is a good card to disrupt a little bit, because you throw this out there, other players are attacking other players, they're losing life, you're gaining that life. As long as you don't have that loop, I'm fine with Exquisite Blood. But if you have Exquisite Blood and Sanguine Bond in the same deck, fuck you. Like you don't need that. That's such an easy way to win, and I don't know. I just don't like those two. So that was really all I wanted with those. It's just Exquisite Blood I'm fine with. Sanguine Bond I'm fine with by themselves. Just don't have those two in the same deck at the same time.
Here's a question for you. You are a Black X life gain deck. Which one do you put in? Sanguine Bond or Exquisite Blood? Do you have something that's going to help you gain a ton of life all the time? Or are you going to have something in there that's going to help close out a game by, when you gain life, dome the person?
Yeah, I guess it depends on what the angle is, but if I don't know the context of what my commander's doing, I like Exquisite Blood because everybody's damaging each other. So you're going to gain a lot more life off of that.
It almost adds like 60 life to your total.
Right, but you could become a target because they know that you're gaining the life. And so instead of being like, oh, I'm focusing on Lowry, it's like, well, I should kill Adam first because every damage I'm doing to Lowry, he's gaining that life, so I have seen that before. But yeah, Exquisite Blood would probably be my pick over Sanguine. But,
okay. I'm probably a Sanguine Bond kind of guy.
Oh, yeah. You look like it. All right, what do we got next?
Field of the Dead.
Oh, okay. I like that you're going off Field of the Dead.
All right, so this one's a very powerful card. It was, it's a land. If you have another land coming to play, or any land coming to play, and you have 7 differently named lands, you get a 2/2 black zombie creature token. And this can just overwhelm a game, incredibly hard to get rid of. And one of those cards that kind of give validity to the conversation of having land destruction in Commander. Like, how do you deal with a card like this in Commander? As the further we've gotten away from Beast Within and Chaos Warp and stuff like that, like those cards just aren't played a whole ton anymore, and those were like the catch-all on lands if you really had to. And so, but as we have these brackets now, it's like, oh, there's a space for Armageddon now, because before that was just don't do it.
Yeah.
And now the more lands that they print that just have abilities on them, and now that there's that space for it, people are going to get used to it a little bit more. So what I would say is you don't really want to abuse it. It's colorless. It can go in every deck. I know lands are colorless, color identity, whatever. It's so I would say like avoid playing it in a landfall deck.
Yeah. So I have it in the new deck that I'm the new -1/-1 counter deck because I'm playing 3 colors. And it's not a landfall deck, but I'm playing enough different lands where I'm like, oh, this makes sense. And it's giving me another creature, so I can put -1 counters on the zombie and get the benefit from that as well. So it fits in the idea of the deck, but it won't get abusive because it's not a landfall. Right. You know, I have 5 fetches in the entire thing, so it's not going to go crazy. It's not green, so it's not, or I guess it is green, but you know what I'm saying? It's not doing the landfall, play lots of lands, multiple lands a turn. The most I'm going to get is a fetch land, but it's also playing into the deck there.
And I am someone, the reason why I bring this up is because I'm debating with myself. I have it in my Toph deck where all the artifacts that are coming into play are also land. So it's not a landfall deck per se, but I do have a lot of the triggers with the artifacts coming into play. And so, owie.
Yeah, hit my head on my microphone.
So, but it's just like, this is a card that can really take over, but it feels like a unique way of landfall in the Toph deck.
That seems like that one's going to go, that almost seems like a game winner in your Toph deck.
Right. And so it's just kind of like, but I think it's the only place I have Field of the Dead as well. Like if I was using it in a handful of decks, I think it's a really good casual way to win a game closer to the end where you're just kind of like gaining a token every, you know, maybe a fetch land, you know, a token or two every turn. And late game, it gets better and like just hard to get. Like that all makes sense to me. And like there's nothing wrong with that. And it's just the point that it's really hard to remove. And if you're able to abuse it a whole ton, then it becomes, you know, looping lands from the graveyard, scape shifting, stuff like that. It's so I don't know where I'm at with Toph right now. Like I might just like play it once and just be like, yeah, ooh, that's too much in my opinion. But I think it's a borderline card at the very least.
I got it. I dig it. Let me hit another land because I want to have a discussion on this one. Let's do Gaia's Cradle.
Cradle? Yeah.
So, I am guilty of this one. It's also in my Black Panther deck. But I would say where you play it more fair is where you aren't putting in like my Black Panther where it's a token deck. If you're playing a deck that is maybe creature heavy, but maybe it's bigger creatures that you're dealing with or a higher CMC, do you think that that would be more fair to have it in a deck like that? Not something that's like making a crap ton of tokens. You're able to tap this for 10, 12, you know, but maybe it's tapping for 4, 3, 4 to get your big guys out. I think that's maybe a better spot for it. But then also you don't want to be in just like a Voltron type deck. You want it to have creatures because then this doesn't make sense to have in there. So you need to have a balance. You can't be like lacking creatures. Well, that doesn't make sense to have in there. But you need to have enough creatures, but maybe on the higher CMC, not tokens necessarily.
Right. I think if you have tokens as a theme of your deck, major or minor, I think you avoid Gaia's Cradle. I think it's okay to experiment with it as well, even though I do think so. I have it in the two decks off the top of my head would be I have it in the Grand Lotus deck. That's like lessons and more of like a spell slinging deck. There's still creatures in it, but like when I'm tapping, if I'm tapping Cradle in there, it's going to be like 4 or 5 mana at most.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, and most of it's just going to be doing lessons, which are relatively bad, like not the best.
Yeah, they need to make more, which we'll have more in Strixhaven coming up here too.
Right. So that'll change things too. And where, so my Eshki deck, the like 4+ power deck that I have, green, red, blue, I have it in there, but it does not need it. Like you played it a couple times, you're like, absolutely does not need it, and I need to take it out. The deck already, like, it rolls. I understand that it can be really good. Like there's like a tipping point in the deck of just like you you get to a spot and it's like, ooh, this turns it like a turn earlier if it's there. But if you draw this late game and you're rolling, like it just feels like you're just pouring syrup over more syrup. Like it's just too much.
I like
It's over the top.
Is that like an analogy with Elf? Like he likes syrup.
Maybe. I was just thinking it was too sweet. You know.
I like it. Syrup over more syrup. Like I want waffles right now for some reason because that sounds good. Can I? My defense of Black Panther, and I love that deck, is I want to use the mana because I want to be able to move counters back and forth, and so that's why I have every single Gaia's Cradle effect. So I have Growing Rights of Itmamok in there. I have anything that I can get as much mana as possible because I want Black Panther to be able to move.
I think
stuff.
those are okay.
Yeah,
Cradle is not.
Stop it! Don't tell me. I know.
This is basically this episode is an intervention on Adam.
on Black
it's just
Panther.
Like, hey, stop using these fucking cards.
It's basically on
man.
Black Panther because that's the deck that it's fit 4 of the categories so far with this one.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a tough one.
I only got like 2 more left. So do you have a couple more you want to hit up?
Technically, I only have 1 more, and this
Okay.
is kind of the opposite side of something like Aura Shards. And you're gonna have to tell me how you feel about this one. Aetherflux Reservoir.
Oh, what? Why?
And this might have
Aetherflux?
just been a thing where like we played it a whole ton for a long time.
That might be true.
But like, okay, whenever you're casting a spell, gain 1 life for each spell you cast this turn. So it's like 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, and after 3 spells, you gain 6 life. That's a pretty good turn right there. And then you can pay 50 life, and it deals 50 damage to target creature or player. So like the way that we play, it's very good because we like to play 2 to 4 spells per turn, generally 3. And it's easy to forget about. Or like when people they're just like, I don't need to attack Adam. He's at 20. And then by the time it comes around, they're 30.
Yeah.
And it's just like, Jesus. Okay, maybe we had to do something about that. And not saying that's good or bad or whatever. It just, I think it's okay. I don't want to play this in spell slinging where I'm like storming off from the graveyard or whatever.
What about a life gain deck?
I see that's life gain decks should have things that are able to kill people, right?
That's what this does.
That's what this does. I don't think I have a problem with it.
Because I do have
I
it,
do,
I do
but
have
I
it in
don't.
will.
It might be a me problem. Because it's something that I try and avoid, but I do think it's very good. It's something that I feel like number 2 should have in a spell slinging deck. The red blue one, like I think it's good to have cards that can end games. Generally, it can't really do it right away.
Right, and I was gonna say, we probably see this kill people off 10% of the time, but it does it.
Yeah.
There's always that threat. It's like, oh, we got to make sure that keep him under control. He can't get up over to 50, and even when you break that 50, it's like, well, which one of us can he kill?
Right.
That's
normally how the discussion goes. Is like, well, you can get somebody, but then you're going to get got too.
Yeah.
And so they do it as like a last second resort.
Yeah.
And I think that makes it for fun, interesting games and interactions. I would like to rescind my
your Aetherflux
Reservoir. I think it's now I think I just talked myself into playing it more. How about that? Complete opposite direction. I'm going to play this card more.
All right.
Remember this in Feather? Jesus Christ, this was crazy in Feather. Where
stupid Feather.
5 per turn.
Yeah.
All right.
Stupid.
It's off the list. It's coming back, baby. But I'm done.
Okay, well, the only other 2 things I had was Phyrexian Altar, and really the only thing my notes were there is just don't go like infinite. It's just a great free sack outlet. And so that's pretty much how I use Phyrexian Altar. I don't do infinite loops with that. So just that's my only note
I think
with that.
Ashnod's Altar is probably on that list.
Right.
And I think it's very similar to the discussion of Intruder Alarm, where it's just like, make sure you can stop.
Yep.
You're like, yep. You
And
can
then,
definitely combo with Phyrexian Altar.
Then I would say my last one, and this is more of just a discussion, is where do you sit with Smothering Tithe? Like I had notes of saying Smothering Tithe, I think is good in those. Well, if you're specifically dealing with treasure tokens, that's really good for your deck. But more so if your commander's high CMC. Again, going back to Rhystic Study, where you're not drawing a lot. Like if you have a really high CMC for your commander, I think Smothering Tithe is a great one to have in there. It doesn't do the Rhystic Study where it's wins you the game, but it allows if you have. I know this is a bad example because it's not the right colors, but like Okun and Zender Split would be perfect if it was the right colors, because then I'd be able to catch, be able to cast both of them, like things like that where you have a higher, I'd say 5 or more CMC on your commander. I think this fits in there pretty well. What do you think about Smothering Tithe? Do you think it's just I do think it's a good discussion. I'm glad that you brought it up. And it's one of those cards that I wish I played less of, but it's really hard not to play. Yeah, it's really good.
I do wish it was maybe nerfed a little bit, like 1 instead of 2.
Yeah,
like
it does make it so much easier.
Because like that 2 is almost impossible.
Yeah,
like there's no way you can rationally pay it. It's not a fair trade.
Yeah, because they're not getting a card advantage, so it's like, I don't want to pay 2 to give you. You're just getting a treasure. Maybe if the treasures came in tapped, maybe that would help a little bit.
Maybe. I think the biggest thing is just like you got to really depends on what they're doing. Like if they're drawing a ton of cards and being able to use all those treasures, it's good. It is a really, really good card. But it also doesn't cross over into like CEDH. Like it is. Smothering Tithe is it's a great casual card. It is a game changer, but like not. It's like bottom tier game changer, but very, very, very good.
Yep.
So again, it's something that I don't play or try not play, but I definitely end up playing it more than I should.
I mean, it's good ramp, man.
It's a hard spot to be.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's everything from my list and on your list. So yeah,
I think we're good.
Good.
If there are cards out there that you guys hate playing against, or you feel like it may be a little too oppressive, bring it up in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking along those lines and how you would play it or wish that it was played against you. I mean, because we were looking at the salty list on EDH Rec, and it was just like, a lot of these are just terrible. I wouldn't even play them. Like they're unfun cards,
right?
And that is what it is. Like if you're playing against people like that. It is.
Yeah. Those
Sorry,
are some douchebagger. Take a look at that list. It's kind of a funny list. So, it reminds me.
Other than that, you just let us know if you like these ideas. If this is something that you'll take up, I don't know.
Yeah, sweet. All right, gang. Well, that should do it for this week. We will catch you guys next week.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
I love boobs. I'm talking tatas. I love boobs. I'm bonkers for honkers. I love boobs. Thanks for the memories. I love boobs.
Hey, me.